Those of you watching, I am still trying to figure out what I'm doing. Okay. Crazy. One of these days it'll get easy. I hope. Okay, Ziona. Welcome, Ziona. Where was I? Okay. Okay, I think I'm ready. I suddenly looked up at the clock and it said 20 minutes to 4, and I was going, oh my God. It takes me an hour to set this up. So, okay. My week from hell, I think. I've had a lot of those recently. Hine matov. To learn to dwell together in unity apart. Hang on just a second. Okay. The Sim Shalom chat is... I disconnected it when everything went wacky. That figures. All right. Alrighty, the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam va'ed. Praised be the one to whom our praise is due. Praised be the one to whom our praise is due, now and forever. Your love has embraced us always, in wilderness and promised land, in good times and in bad. Night and day your Torah sustains us, reviving the spirit, delighting the heart, informing the soul, opening the eyes, granting us a glimpse of eternity. Because of your love, we shall embrace Torah night and day in devotion and delight. Beloved are you, Adonai, whose Torah reflects your love. And the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God. Adonai is one. Ve'alta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meudecha ve'hayu hadivarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. Set these words, which I command you on this day, upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and as a symbol before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. Thus you will become holy to your God. I, Adonai, am your God, who brought you out of Egypt to be your God. I, Adonai, am your God. Adonai Elohechem emet. Adonai, your God, is true. Mi chamocha. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. like you, Adonai, among all that is worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Oh God, you are a consolation to your creatures. For in moments of forgetting, we but call to mind your care, and we are comforted. When we hope no more, a pattern in the snow reminds us of your loving kindness. Your dawns give us confidence, and sleep is a friend. You are here. We fail words to say, Ma Tov. Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukkot shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Praised are you, Adonai, who spreads the shelter of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, ve'almad yivrakirutei ve'amlik malkutei, ve'chaye kon uvyom ekon uchaye dekol beit Yisrael, bagala bagala uvizman kari v'yimeru. Amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevarak le'olam olam me'amaya yitbarak yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpav v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei kodesha berichu le'ela mikol birkata v'shirata tushbechata v'nekemata damiran be'alma v'imeru. Amen. And as we rise in spirit for the Amidah, Adonai sivatai tiftach ufi yagid tehillatcha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rakel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Anora, El Elyon, Gomel Kasadim Tovim ve'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo be'ava. Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayeh hakol atah, Rav lehoshia. Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, mekalkel chaim v'chesed, mekayeh hakol berakamim rabim, somek nofelim ve'rofei kolim, u'matir asurim, u'mekayem emunato lishenei afar. החיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, נקיים הכל. Please take a moment now to say your own prayer from your heart. Say Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru יתקדש שמי רבה, ועמד יברקדותי וימליק מלכותי, וחיי חונו ויומי חונו וחיי כל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויפע ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קדושה ברכו לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו אמן. תתקבל צלות הון ובאות הון לכל ישראל, קודם אבו הון דבשמיא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. I'm not going to read from the Hebrew today. I just now printed it out. It's from Bereshit 45. And I didn't write it down. 45:28 through up to 46:27. There's an interesting before we get to what we're actually reading, we go back to Judah. It's one of my favorite moments in the Torah is when Joseph has brought all of them back because he snuck his special cup into Benjamin's saddlebags. Then he sent the Egyptian army after his brothers and brought them all back, and he said he's going to take Benjamin and make him a slave. This is a really, truly subtle moment, because he had to know for sure what, if they'd had a change of heart in how they had treated him initially. And Judah steps forward. The name of the Torah portion is Vayigash, and he approached. So literally, Judah approaches Judah, which is interesting in itself, because I would imagine that stepping forward would be to speak to the second most powerful man in the world, would be kind of a gasp moment. It's kind of like walking up and taking the queen's hand and shaking it, saying, "How do you do, honey?" There are rabbis that think that this was an actual provocation moment for Judah. Other rabbis have said it was more of a begging thing. But I find it interesting that they say that this is like provocation. There weren't a lot of people in the tribe at the time. I mean, when all of the Israelites, quote unquote, came down to Egypt, there were 70 of them against the Egyptian army. Yet Judah would approach this powerful man and say, well, what he said, "Take me instead. Make me your slave instead." This boy, he's my father's only grasp with the world. He loves this boy more than anything. He didn't want him to come. So please, take me, not him. And I can imagine what Joseph did. He said he asked all the Egyptians to leave, which in itself, that's another moment. I mean, you're the most powerful man in the world, and these people are you've already accused them of being spies, now thieves. You know, no, he tells everybody to leave, the Egyptians, and then he says, "I am Joseph. Is my father still living?" And they say nothing because they're too much in shock. They've already gone through. No, they haven't. They hadn't gone through it yet, but what they did is eventually they went back and they had to go through yet another moment with Jacob. They had to say, what you thought and what you've been grieving for 22 years about isn't true. Joseph is alive. There is a midrash that says that Asher's daughter, her name is Sarach, who was musically gifted, and she was a child, not much more than a child. I think she was maybe 14. And they said, "Okay, it's up to you." Jacob loved to hear her sing, and so she went in and she sang to him and said, "Joseph is alive. You must go to Egypt," to soften the shock. So, but in the Torah, what it's saying is they went up to went back to Canaan to their father. And when they told him Joseph is still alive and that he held sway over the whole land of Egypt, his heart froze, for he could not believe them. But when they told him all that Joseph had spoken to them, and when he saw the wagons that Joseph had sent to convey him, their father's spirit came alive. And Israel said, Dayenu! Literally. He said, Dayenu, enough! My son Joseph is alive. I must go and see him before I die. And that, interestingly, is where the Torah reading starts. And I'm not going to say any more about it. It's one of the coolest parts of the Torah, when he goes down and meets with his son again. There's a lovely poem that was sent, and this is I guess they made two of the rabbis in the International Federation of Rabbis made a bet about a challenge to do a poetic parshot with each commentary. So this is from Rabbi Adel Plotkin about Judah. Judah spoke to defend his father from his youngest being also lost. Joseph, overcome with emotion in private, told what treachery cost. Egyptian family to save them, able to save them. So to bring Jacob back to Egypt they went. Now Jacob at 130 years old was wizened, depressed, cranky, and prone to vent. Clearly Jacob was very feeble and cold when Joseph, your son, is alive, he was told. Sarah sang a sweet song to him so that he truly would believe. Joseph is still alive, she said. Go to Egypt and you will see. So he packed up all his flocks and folk to travel to his lost son, to bless the Pharaoh for he died, knowing safety now had been won. To Goshen they then went to thrive and prosper. Others in famine indentured selves for food. Pharaoh was enriched with flocks and food payments. Soon another Pharaoh will come, change the mood. And to the Aleinu. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתקבים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Ours is a duty to praise the All-Sovereign, to honor the artist of creation, who made us unique in the human family with a destiny all our own. For this we bend our knees and bow with gratitude before the Sovereign Almighty, Monarch of all, the wellspring of holiness and blessing. behalf of the sick. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. I'm saying a special prayer tonight for Ziona Swigert's mother, Chava Bat Elsa. She is, I guess, in an assisted living.
Right.
Assisted living, and someone was tested positive there. I learned that another friend of mine had died of COVID, and then I learned from another friend that, oh yeah, it's here in my little community too. I knew of one, and I knew of another couple of people that had passed away, but they passed away outside of Leisure World. So, anyhow. So I'm also praying for you, Ziona, and Amy. And another colleague, I think she was either, I don't know, she was made a rabbi after I was, Rabbi Chris McDaniel Michio, and her wife, Nan McDaniels Michio, now has COVID and pneumonia. Apparently she was at a job where the boss came in and he had COVID and he spread it to everybody. Another denier. Also, Rabbi Shael Siegel on the loss of his mother. Susan Mikula and Rachel Maddow, and I guess Susan is recovering, thank God, of COVID. Richard Schiff, Larry Wolfson, Audrey Kelly, Yosef Ben Albert, me, Galit Shira, Rav Galit Shira Bat Sarah, and my husband Shiron Ben Sarah, Menachem Ben Menashe, all COVID-19 victims, Amy Handley, Batya Malka Bat Perel Chaya, Alan Bennett, Roland and Judy Hansen, Shendel Bat Sharon, Chana Bat Shendel, Dana Glazer, and Shira Bat Gidel. Are you able to visit her? Yeah.
No, we haven't been visiting, but we have video chat.
Right.
I haven't been there since February.
Yeah.
But we have video chat, and that's helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at high risk too.
All right.
I have to stay at home aside from medical appointments. I have more names.
Right.
COVID is spreading in my brother's school. They're doing virtual school right now, but the teachers are coming in once a week to do paperwork, and there's more people. With Bladensburg High School, and I have some specific names: Miss Cyrus, Miss Edwards, and Miss Mendoza, who has cancer, and Mrs. Gibbons and her entire family, including a 1.5-year-old who doesn't seem to have it, but both his parents have it. Her parents have it, so it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Candace Bot Colleen and Raymond Bot Catherine, both of whom, well, Raymond didn't get it back.
Okay.
That's his diagnosis of COVID.
Okay. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion, for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say Amen. ata Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. Blessed are you, Adonai,
Names from the chat if you want.
who heals the sick. And the mourner's Kaddish. And I'm praying for Lynn, Becky's mother-in-law, Rabbi Shael Siegel's mother, Diane Wasserman, Betty Ballin, Sam, age 24, Sally Kelly, all COVID-19 victims and all victims of racial injustice. Please join me in the mourner's Kaddish. And you can unmute. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba ve'alma divrach yilutei ve'amlich malchutei v'chayichon v'yomechon v'chayed kol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehi shemei Rabba mevarach ve'alam olam almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kudisha b'richu le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'maramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Close with the angel blessing. Haven't done that for a while, have I? Or have I? May our right hand bring us closer to our godliness. May our left hand give us strength to face each day. may the angels all take care of your mom.
Thank you. And everyone else's moms too.
And everybody else's mom. Especially in places like that. It's okay. Laila Tov and Shalom.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.